Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Hello and welcome back to another Gamsobi show with me, Mariam Sisa, and yes, it's another Saturday. You know how we do it always, and of course, I'm again with another superstar. Yes, he's a superstar. Before he was a big artist, but now he's a superstar. Superstar, okay? So welcome to the show. You know what the deal is, so
Hi everyone, watching us right now. It's your boy Hussain Dada. Today we had and 24 is about to go down.
Dada, you didn't give them I mean, you left the loss.
What's the loss?
You don't acapella.
Bro, come on, man.
I have course acapella.
Yeah, we do that later.
That's the rule now.
Yeah, we do that later.
You grade number one. No, not okay. Okay, it's another game service, as I said earlier, with me, Mariam Sisa, and today we have Hussain Dada in the building. So we already had Dada on the Gam show before, which was his past album concert, which was very, very successful. I wasn't around though, but I know it was successful because the news met me where I was, and yeah, I regret the reason why I didn't attend it. So this one, inshallah, if I'm alive, I will attend it no matter what. So Dada, welcome again to the show. So let's do a quick review on your past album concert.
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, actually, it was great. Considering the energy, we put towards the whole preparation and stuff like that. It was a great experience. We had some setbacks, that like, in whatever you do, there are certain things that doesn't go the actual way you want it to, but like overall, it was fantastic. It was a great show. The atmosphere, the crowd, everything, the security, the promoters, the manager, the management team, everybody, the presenters, everybody that really did one or two things towards the success of the show. We were really happy, and then we were really grateful. So it was a great experience, overall.
How was your feeling by then for it being, your first biggest show that you ever had?
Well, actually, yeah, that was the most beautiful part of it, because like seeing it, like I had peers, that were doing like, big shows and stuff like that, so it could have been something that I could have just jumped into. It could have been something that I could just jump into, just because I've seen other people doing it, and I would decide to do it too as well. But I took my time, and let the right time decide for itself, And then when I was up there, at Q City, and then I seen all the, seeing all the crowd, the people that were there and all of that, it was just a beautiful feeling, knowing that, what you do, people appreciate it, and then, they're here to celebrate whatever it is that you have out there, so I was really happy.
Oh, that's great. For it being your first biggest concert, were you expecting that crowd? Because the crowd was just too much, and even some of your security members that was from Delta Squad, some of them told me that they couldn't handle the crowd because it was too much for them.
As for the crowd, okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's not much of a big surprise to me, knowing like what kind of effort and energy we put in towards the project, and then the feedback that we have, the feedback we had, was massive, it was too massive that I really had a feeling that we were gonna do something great, but then the actual crowd that came, I wasn't really expecting that crowd, because like to me, okay, it was gonna be a good show, people are gonna turn up and all of that, but like to say it was gonna be that packed, yeah, that was something I wasn't really expecting.
And how did you felt when you came on stage and saw that large crowd?
Yeah,
there
like for a minute.
And all the flashes were just up.
For a minute, I kind of lost it. I didn't know what to do. Like because I was just overwhelmed and I was very happy, excited, and all of that. So for a minute, I didn't really know what to do. I was like a little nervous getting on stage. Because the first time, normally I've performed in shows that are way bigger than that one.
Yeah.
But this time around, it's my own. Like it's my show. Like this whole people that are here. They're here to see what I'm gonna do tonight. So. It was like, it was that, like, it was a great feeling that really led to a point that, like, you feel that nervousness inside of you.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it was a great feeling,
Yeah, I was not at the concert though, but I tried to catch up on some of the videos that I saw.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you took 2 minutes before you came on stage, after you being announced to be on stage, after Mohammed saying all those jargons and everything, Fanta also adding up something, but you still took 2 minutes before
the reason behind that was because the backstage was packed,
Okay.
The backstage was full of people. The time they were announcing me, I was finding my way to like get in the backstage because like there was a whole lot of people, Like I didn't even know how it was possible for a backstage to be that packed, And I wasn't happy about it, because the information I gave before the show was that, the backstage was supposed to be free, but I myself, they had to smuggle me on stage because for us to get through everybody, it was a big problem. But, like I said, we had some setbacks, and there's some things we learned from which we're not gonna allow to happen or repeat itself again. So that was the reason why my coming on stage was delayed, after announcing me like 2, 3, or 4 minutes before I actually arrived on stage.
Was the security part of that? Because
No, that was not part of the security.
Okay.
That was part of, we, the management, that was our problem because like we had too many artists on the list and all these artists, they have their reasons to be at the backstage.
Yeah.
Even though the information we gave was like, certain artists, when they perform, they had to leave the backstage and really get in the crowd. But like it seemed like none of them took that order, so they were just all there. So the security couldn't do anything about that. That wasn't the fault of the security.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because the security could even help you get inside the crowd. You jumping inside the crowd. Which I was like, it's so dangerous. Why would you do that?
Oh, why I jumped in the crowd?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not the first time, and then like looking at it, like let's say I was just happy, I just felt like but like the sad part was that I landed on somebody, when I just, like the moment I got in the crowd, because like the problem was the stage and where the crowd was at was a little bit far from each other, Normally stages that I do jump in the crowd, it's like I'm here and the crowd is here. So once I jump, I land on my back. But this time I landed on my feet. So I landed on somebody, and then I just regretted that very instant, But like, alhamdulillah, the person is okay, no major injuries or whatever. So next time I'll just be careful.
Hope you check on the person.
Yeah. Next time I'll be careful.
All right, that's cool. And I saw something like a fan love. A guy first came on stage, they tried to put him down, and then he came, immediately he hugged you. I realized that he fainted. I told you I was not at the show, but I tried to put everything together.
Well, actually, I didn't really think that guy fainted, though. I think that was just a stunt.
It was a drama.
Yeah, that was just a stunt. But it was all fan love, I really appreciate it,
Okay.
Yeah, and then coming into the stage, I had this gastric stuff with my stomach, so when I just got on stage, 2 minutes into my performance, my stomach started tripping. Like I started feeling a very sharp pain, the right side of my stomach, and then this had to continue about like 5 minutes. At some point I was just telling myself, should I continue or should I just tell the fans that, now I can't, because like I was really, really feeling it at the right side. But I was like, if I had to do that right now, it might just end my career, because like you just brought all these people in here, and then just all of a sudden it just disappeared. So
maybe you
I was
were just
like,
nervous.
thank God for that,
Maybe you were just nervous. So after everything, after the show, and also we saw a guy Jay he did great.
Yeah.
I think that news reached where I was in the provinces, but it reached me the following morning that he sprayed money.
Yeah, but then that was something I wouldn't encourage him to do again, you know, because that nearly really left a lot of people injured, you know, a lot of people like were hurt because like he was throwing money in the crowd, you know. They had to break the barriers, because once people see money, they lose their minds, you know. So it's not really professional.
Yeah.
But like, you know, him too, you know, he came to realize that, you know, that wasn't the actual way. If you want to give money to people, like I'd rather you just give it to him than throw it on stage, you know. He's a good guy, great guy, you know. So, you know, after the show here and there, you know, a lot of people, you know, he met them and then, you know, did the right thing, you know.
Yeah,
so
maybe he was so happy and then he just don't know.
yeah, like he was like the happier. He was more happier than me myself.
Yeah.
You know, so it is what it is.
Yeah, sure. And also he said he was going to pay for 2,000 students.
Yeah.
Did he do that?
Well, actually, you know, like let's say everything is a process.
Okay.
You know, everything is a process. You know, after the show, he went back. You know, there were kind of problems he was taking care of. You know, that's why you haven't been even hearing from him and that. Okay. You know, but I believe he's a man of his word. You know, if he said he's gonna do it for like 25,000 kids, he's definitely gonna do it. You know, at the right time, definitely.
That's great. That's great. So after from the album concert, which I was not there, but it really hurts me. Yeah. I'm serious. I really wanted to attend that show, but you know, maybe I shouldn't have attended the show, that's all. But this year, December, inshallah, if I'm alive, may I not get sick.
Yeah, I'll
come, inshallah. Yeah. And already people are asking me about your tickets. The Bruford people, I have to say, they're already asking me about tickets, like I'm Dada's manager. I was like, okay, I'm not Dada's manager, but whenever the tickets are out.
Yeah, they definitely go when the tickets are out.
Did you think Q City is not small?
Yeah, definitely. This year, you know, we were looking for a bigger ground. You know, it's not part of like to prove anything or whatever, you know, but due to the fact that, you know, people were like, you know, a lot of people felt like, you know, the place was too packed, you know, and then most of them didn't have that comfortability and that. So we wanted to go to a bigger venue, but we didn't have a bigger venue.
Okay.
You know, so that's the reason why we came back, because Q City is family, you know, we've been doing stuff together and all of that. So, you know, so it's good to go to a place that they welcome you with open hands, you know, than go to a place that, you know, you understand what I mean? And we all know the stadium, they're under renovation right now, so there is nothing you can do about that right now, you know, which is like beyond our own control. So we're just hoping that more venues are gonna come that will occupy more space, you know, so that people wouldn't complain or said, you know, I came to the show, but I find it hard to feel comfortable because the crowd was too much and there were no space, you know. Yeah, but nevertheless, Q City is a good space too as well.
And I forgot one thing. How was the treatment of the media on your last concert?
How was?
The treatment of the media. How did you guys, I mean, your security treat the media? Because at times we find it very hard and difficult to, I mean, enter the concert. You know, your management will give one tag for 2 people in a media house, and then when they come, the security.
Okay, now you're talking about the media houses. Well, actually, we were talking about that about a meeting ago.
Okay.
You know, because like right now it has come to everybody's awareness, like, you know, backstage securities or back door or artist gate or people from the media, you know, it has become an headache. Like it has become a problem that securities are making it hard for people, you know. But then you don't have to blame securities for that, because everybody want to make sure that they do their jobs the way they were told, you know. So if you see a security behaving in certain ways, they give him that order. That's why. So we are gonna try as much as possible, you know, that these are things, because one thing I'm not gonna lie, when I go to a show or any other place, I don't want nobody disrespecting me. Disrespect is something I will never take from nobody, and everyone can attest to that. Once I'm there, my people are there, the same level of respect you're gonna show me, that's the same level of respect you're gonna show each and every one of the people that I came with. So this is the same way I would want people to be treated on my show, like on my day, on the day of my event. I would want everybody to come peacefully, get inside peacefully, and then do what they gotta do peacefully, and then leave the premises peacefully. And this is what we are working towards too as well.
And still the treatment of the media.
That's what I'm talking about.
How are you going to work on that?
But definitely, that's what I'm talking about. Like, definitely, we're gonna make sure
you
that
talk
the
about
media.
Something else, which I will coming up to.
I'm talking about like definitely, we are gonna give everybody that perfect treatment that nobody will be left, like will feel left out. Because one thing I always tell people, when a media is coming, I ask how many people are coming.
Yep.
Definitely, I do ask because I want to make sure that it comes from my own side. You know. How many people are you coming with? You tell me the certain people, I tell them to write it down. I don't even tell them to like build tags or whatever, because they can build tag for one person and then you have your whole team. And when you're there, people will really like treat you. Because one thing people fail to understand, a packed show, a show that is packed is way different from a show that's not packed. Because a show that is not packed, you have so much time to do so many things that you can. But a show that is packed, imagine you have to deal with the intruders, you have to deal with people stealing, you have to deal with people suffocating, you have to deal with so many stuff. So your head is hot, you know. So you cannot do all of these things at once. This is why a packed show always has some things that people will talk about. People will always definitely talk bad things. Some, like I'm not talking about majority, but every packed show, you must hear people complain about two or three things. Because it is human beings. You cannot control, like, you have like, let's say, thousands of people. So which means we have 1,000 personalities under one building. So this guy might be aggressive. This guy might be gentle. This other guy might be crazy. This other guy might be arrogant. This other guy, you understand what I mean? So you cannot deal with all these people just at that once.
Same time.
So it's always a problem. And this is the reason why, okay, media houses will come. Just because people delay doesn't mean they don't want to do it. Because maybe the same time you were talking to these people, they have so many other things that they're taking care of on that very day. You know, so this is the problem that we do normally have. But then I promise that this time we will do better.
You'll do better. I think we should start using the baguette like the artists.
What?
The baguette like the artists.
Yeah, definitely. To me, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think that because one thing, front gate is always packed.
Yeah.
So it's never a good idea for like people who are in the entertainment zone, be it like radio presenters, like anyone like out there, to use. If you're definitely gonna be on a tag, you don't really need to be on the front gate.
Yeah.
Which I think if you do that, if you get disrespected, trust me, like you wouldn't have to blame, because the securities there are more tight than the ones at the back gate. And one thing we're trying to do is that we're trying to make sure that this time around, we're gonna make sure that at the back door, it will be secured. Because nowadays, I went to a few shows that people that be at the back door are even plentier than the one at the front gate, which doesn't make no sense. So securities are gonna make sure that like they take care of that situation.
Okay, so coming to disrespecting people when it comes to sorrow, was that the main reason why you don't focus on this show? Because I realize you have some issues at the gate, right?
No, we never had no issues at the gate. Our Gambia show, we came and then we met Ali Wali, which is her manager at the gate. You know, I came in with my people. We went to the backstage. We were there. It was all love, you know. So when they called us on stage, what happened was that was the same time the live band guys were fixing their sound. Okay. So the cables mixed. So now the cable for the live band was the cable that was playing the show. So my DJ couldn't play the sound. So that was not the fault of our Gambia's management. That was not our fault. That was just some coincidence that just happened at that very time. you know, because what happened after then, her manager came to me and was like, okay, can you play with the live band? I'm like, no, I don't play live band, you know. Okay, can you get on stage and perform without a sound? No, I cannot get on stage and perform without a sound. You understand what I mean? So it was all love. After the show, a few days after that, her manager still called me and then was like, I'm like, I never took that serious, you know, because I'm happy that people came. Yeah. It's not my show. They're not there for me. I'm just there to support, and then I'm there to just play and then entertain the fans. But they were there for our Gambia, and everybody that came for our Gambia was happy at the end of the day. So I'm happy too at the end of the day. So I had no problem with that. So we didn't have no problem at the gate. They treated us very nicely. At the backstage, we was treated very nicely, you know. So we had no problem. No
issue. He's at the gate, but he's finding it difficult to get inside. But then I was already inside.
Oh well, that might be because everybody knows that Dada has never, because I don't spend more than 3 minutes at the gate, so because it's either one thing I tell you, are we going in or out? So you decide on which one you take. Because definitely I'm not gonna be disrespected by anybody. So once I'm at the gate and I saw some certain things I don't like, I only say two things: are we going in or are we going out? So you decide on which one you take. If you take that, we're going home, we're just on. Everybody, nobody is going in. We all go back. Because even if I came with how many people I came to your show with, that has to be protected, number one. So I cannot just come to show like anyhow, you know. You have people packed everywhere. You don't know who want to hurt you. You don't want to know who want to do bad to you and stuff like that. So you need to be protected. So that's why when I come to the show, it doesn't matter how many people I come with. I'm not entering that show. I always come in late. I always come late, like the last person to go in. Because they be like, okay, come in and identify your people. I'm like, no, someone go and identify, and then I'll be the last to make sure that everybody's in, then I go in. So nobody plays with my team like that.
That's a very good.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember our last interview, I was like, hey, what is your relationship status?
My relationship status.
That was the last interview. I remember asking you that, but now you are finally Mr. Maybe the Mr. was not in capital letters. You are Mr. with capital letter. Yeah, so how do you find your new life?
I find my new life more peaceful, you know. I find maturity, you know, and then I find happiness, you know, because it's a beautiful feeling getting married, you know. Maybe you will not know till you get married. You know, so it's a beautiful feeling, you know. You become a different kind of person, you know, mentally, you know, your communication. You know, in my entire life, you know, I always lie to myself that I don't think I could leave with the opposite sex for like under the same roof for like a week without feeling like I don't want this person beside me no more, you know. But now I even want to be around this person all the time, you know. You know, like, yeah, this person is like my supporting system and all of that. So it's a beautiful feeling, you know. I'm a new person, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I feel blessed.
Nice, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
For your new life. He said because I'm not married, so.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. So Dada, I mean, why do you put yourself number 2 on the list?
Oh.
Instead of going for 1?
Nah, bro, like, you know, let me tell you something. You know, when people don't understand one thing, people don't understand one thing about music. You know, you have to be realistic in whatever. And Hussain Dada has always been realistic. That's why I got to where I was. When I saw people that were doing better than me in the industry, I couldn't come and say, I'm doing way better than this person. That would be a lie. You understand what I mean? It will always be a lie. You know, and then this person that I put on top of me right now, this person has been grinding way before I even came in the game. This person has been making waves way before I step in the game. And this person is still making waves and I'm still here. So bro, come on, man. Come on. You know, come on. So like we top.
So you are number 2?
Yeah, definitely.
Are we going for one?
I don't know about that, but yeah, but that, like everybody wants. Listen, everybody wants to be the best at some point. But like, what's the use, bro? Like, just get that legendary status. There are kids looking up to us, like kids that we want to be like us and stuff like that. So let us not just give them that competitive mind. Let's always give them a way to better themselves. To always love one another, and that's what's most important. Why do we have to compete when we can all come together and do big things together? So,
why do you say you're number 2?
Man, this girl is crazy, bro.
I want to know.
This girl is crazy. Bro, like that's stats, bro. Like those are facts,
Okay.
Those are facts, bro. Like what? Come on.
Okay. So kids don't be competitive, but
well, if they decide to be too, like that's them. Like well, let them.
They should know their level, though.
But then if a kid comes and said, "I'm a king today," let him take it. Why do I have to be offended? That's what he feels like, bro. Like he can be a king or whatever. He feels like he can be an emperor. I don't care, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. So let's move on. Tell us about your new album.
Well, okay, my new album, the name is The Chosen One, which a lot of people will think that, by saying The Chosen One, like, they will say, okay, like, yeah, he's the chosen one, he's on top of the game and all of that. But The Chosen One definitely doesn't talk about the game, the industry, it's a different thing. The Chosen One really talk about, like, where I come from, because it's two places, which is Sokoto and then Basse Damfakunda, you might not ever, like you've never seen an artist come from Basse Damfakunda that you can even, you will even know, like no disrespect or, but then you don't know nobody from that side, that's doing music that people are aware of. And before I stepped in the game, Sokoto has been here for ages. People know us for football and everything, but they have never known us for like music or like, so me coming in, so like I'm the chosen one from both those sides, that has to break that barrier and then become the one that people will get to know, the one that will get to make that difference, so that's what it means.
That's clearly understood. So how many collabs do you have?
We have about like I think 5.
5.
We have ST, A2, Sihu Yafa, Bino, Dremo, and Chanta. 6 collabs.
6. Yeah. That's great. You have.
Yeah, we have Chanta too as well.
How many songs altogether?
We have 11 to 12.
11 to 12.
Yeah, just like last year.
Okay. Yeah. So what are the people expecting on the next album when we see Hussain on stage?
Well, definitely they know, like when you see Hussain on stage, it doesn't matter how much crowd is there, Hussain's energy is always Hussain's energy because it needs to be protected, so we definitely gonna give them another banger upon a banger, more energy, more madness, so more madness, that's all they're gonna see.
What difference are we to see? Because they were like, okay, Gambia, so they may show, we get them show ballet, the same thing, I guess. Different artists.
People say that, but I don't think that's true though. I feel like what you see from this show and what you see from the other show is always different because like if that's the way we're gonna take it, even abroad, then we're gonna say all the shows are the same. Artists are not the same. They don't perform the same songs. They don't perform the same way. But this time around, even our stage settings, we want to change it. Because why? We want to feel connected, way too connected with the fans. Because I feel like if you are like. If the fans want to cheer for you, but you're not beside them, it's kind of difficult sometimes. So we want to like create a space that we and the fans will be like, the stage is normally like they just bring it front a little bit, but this time around we want to take it to the middle, like not the whole stage, but there will be a certain part of the stage that will go to the middle of the field. So you will be connecting with the fans directly. They can be touching you. You understand? Yeah. So they can feel the performance more. So that kind of madness is something that we are working.
That's already a difference.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the difference, right?
I would like to go to a show and then come back with like wow.
Wow, today
I saw this and
definitely,
I've never seen before. So when we say the same, that's actually what we're talking about. We need to see some different
that's definitely
show. So next time we're like, okay, I would like to go to that show because I might see something different.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I think that's very nice. And how is your relationship with the promoters?
Well, promoters is 100%. You know, I'm good with all of them. You know, I can't work with every promoter. That's not possible. But I have a good relationship with every promoter. That, like, meaning any promoter I meet with on the street, it's all love and respect. You know, and then that's how we taking it. Respect you, you respect me. You respect me, I respect you, and then.
Especially this other promoter, how to call it, is a full guy. Solomon B, are you related or friends? Because Solomon is always on your project. I'm like,
Solomon,
wow.
no, we're not related. Even yesterday I was talking to him last night. You know, Solomon is a guy, you know, when he was starting, you know, he's from Sokoto too as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so when he was starting, you know, he came to me and that, you know, I want to do this, you know, I wanted your help, you know, promotion. I'm like, so maybe the fact that, you know, I was open from the very start, you know, he take it upon himself to, you know, always feel grateful and all of that. He's a good guy, you know. Shout outs to you, Solomon B, you know. That's my Liberian guy.
And how is the preparation going on?
Yeah. We firm on it, like we tight, you know, we really working hard, you know, to make sure that everything will be intact, like 3 weeks before the show. And then that's the kind of thing we're in right now, because 3 weeks from now, we're in December, you know. So we trying to make sure that we do everything now, like, let's say if it's just 2 weeks to the show, there's only promotions that we're gonna be doing, but we're not gonna be worrying about, you know, what to do here, what to do there. These are the kind of things we're trying to tackle, you know.
That's nice. So let's go with a quick musical break, and when we come, then we'll close this off. Stay tuned, this is the Gum Showbiz with me, Mariam Sita, and today I have Hussain Dada Dadangayap inside the building.
Killer season. Them dick. Dada. Chosen one. Nimbo seleta stage waka nyale kama. Everything lit, so expensive ndalbo kama. Nina damen kile nyil beya lo musubale kana. Ning highway mo buka wutu no jandel dale kata. Darangayap. Yo darangayap. Darangayap. Yo darangayap. Yo darangayap. Sina jallon million doubt. Sina jallon darefa. Sina jal danga record break nil kung kan jump on a show sold out. Sina jallon buka continuo sukuta ben koma ko eten kung. Sina jallon dare ma ko janyi mod buka alaten tu bom tolon tele bari man peteng. Ikon damma le kanyil keteng. Telando kel bete meseng naji jata keseng nanyil ma ko bang del ke chocolate potra ko bang. Niggas be capping with the ones popping night to nya ko bang. Nimbo seleta stage waka nyale kama. Everything lit, so expensive ndalbo kama. Nina damen kile nyil beya lo musubale kana. Ning highway mo buka wutu no jandel tale kata. Darangayap. Yo darangayap. Yo darangayap. Yo darangayap.
Audio Jungle.